For many in Bristol, this was a welcome sight. The controversial statue of slave trader Edward Colston torn down during a Black Lives Matter protest. Born in 1636, Colston grew up in Bristol before moving to London to work for the Royal African Company, or the RAC. The RAC traded commodities such as gold, silver, and slaves.
Stepping back, that statue should have been brought down a long time, should have been taken down a long time ago. You can't in 21st century Britain have, a slaver on a statue. A statue is there to honour people, and you can't have that in 21st century Britain. That statue should have been brought down properly with consent and put, I would say, in a museum.
White supremacy is based on the idea that black people are at the bottom, are subhuman, and white people are at the top, are the richest. And that is what the global economy looks like today. Is recognizing here is that this system is the most violent that's ever existed. The West has killed far more people than anything else.
A controversial figure who Macron defended.
I'm not taking any shortcuts, but I'm also not concealing any part of history. And Marshal Pétain was also a great soldier during World War I. That's the reality of our country. It's also what makes political life, as well as human nature, often more complex than what we would want to believe.
Reparations is a big campaign by CARICOM, by people in the UK have been campaigning on reparations. And the logic of reparations is you can't argue against it. There's a debt that's paid of 300 years. Even if you look at, in Africa, there's a debt as well from colonial exploitation. The problem with reparations is if you add up this money, it's so much, it would probably destroy.
Because you think
so much money, right?
Continents were built on the back of slave labour.
Britain was built on it. Everything we have today is built on the back of racism and slavery. So to actually transfer that wealth, that would actually be revolutionary. And that's what reparations should be a reminder of, is that another quote from Malcolm X, that we can never have freedom, justice and equality within the system. It was just not meant to do it in the same way that a chicken was never meant to lay a duck egg. It's just not possible.
Some historians argue that if churches had used their power, the Atlantic slave trade might have never occurred.